All right, so we're going to do a rap song about how drugs are not cool, okay? But actually what we're doing is I had a steak and I already bit into it, right? It's not about the steak, but the point is, oh, I want to have a beer, right? Okay, let's have a beer. It's Mi Abuelita, 10% alcohol, hot chocolate with stout. So I like stout, and it's a little novelty. Let's add a little chocolate, cinnamon, lactose. I don't know why that would be added to it. Chocolate and chile. So it's gonna have a little heat in it. I don't know. Well, let's see how it works. I washed the top off, so let me dry it off. All right, let's open it. And let's see here. What? All right. It's a stout, so it's going to be nice and dark brown, almost black. A lot of fizz, a lot of head. And notice that the bottom is a little darker than the top, I think. Is it true all the way? Yes. You can see the, I don't know if it comes through, but this is actually lighter. I'm actually just taking up time so this goes down, but oh my. Yeah, stout would be better. Kind of almost tastes like an ashtray, I would say. So they're saying hot chocolate stout, meaning not like hot, well, it's hot chocolate because it has the chiles. Okay. Cinnamon, lactose. I don't know what lactose is supposed to taste like. I don't want it in my milk. All right. Let me see. I will say the alcohol is pretty well hidden. This is supposed to be 10% alcohol. And I'm not really tasting 10%. But I'm also not tasting as much stout as I'd like. I'm also not sure what I'm tasting. It does have like an ashtray vibe to it. They're saying it's supposed to be hot. Chill. I'm not tasting it. Cinnamon. It does taste kind of creamy, I would say. Like it does go down pretty easily. Again, I cannot tell the alcohol in it. If you told me this is beer and not like just some kind of chocolate syrupy thing, it's not that sweet though. I'm just not a fan. I guess, it doesn't have any. There's a lot of head. Now it does go down pretty quickly, but there's very little carbonation. I'll drink it, of course, but I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan of this one. And it's made in Fort Worth, Texas. Okay, Martin House Brewing Company. I like the design, I guess. I mean, it's kind of pretty. It's what stood out for me. I actually, I don't know. I went to a different HEB because I was somewhere else. I got a nice tan. Well, that's the pool, but I also been hiking outside a little more. Still have not put up any of these beer videos. Anyways, enough rambling. It's okay, but not really. It's just missing. It's the cinnamon. I can't taste it. Chiles, maybe. It's maybe burning a little bit. Who knows? I'm not a huge fan of hot stuff, but I'm not too sensitive to it. I don't really. It's a shame because the extra stuff, the novelty ingredients, the cinnamon, chiles, it's not overwhelming. So if they said we're gonna make a nice strong stout and let's put a little bit of this extra stuff in there, that would have been interesting. But it's just. We'll look at what the beer snobs have to say, but I don't have the computer in front of me, so Catch you on the flip side. I don't know. And we're back. So the point is, we still got a little bit of beer. We still got this empty can here, and we're gonna look up what the beer snobs have to say. And Mi Abuelita, Martin House Brewing Company on beeradvocate.com. Again, you don't get to see any of this. Maybe I'll provide a link at some point. Who knows? Stout American Imperial. Now this is interesting. There's only 4 ratings, and there's 1 review and 4 ratings. So we only have 1 review to read. So it's interesting that even with a lot of this stuff, there's not very many people who've had this, you know. And I would recommend not very many more people have it because, it's just kind of mediocre at best. 16-ounce can. This is Urban Caveman Guy from Ohio into a goblet at 40 degrees. I don't think my fridge is at 40 degrees. I think it's more like 50. Pours like your typical impenetrable stout black. Forms about 3 fingers of fluffy tan head with good retention. Yeah, we mentioned that. It does got to go down pretty quick, but I wouldn't say it's good retention. Chocolate, cinnamon, and hot peppers are definitely present in the nose. In the nose. Okay. I don't know. Okay, I guess. Tea. Cold. This opens as a black bread base with plenty of cocoa and cinnamon present. There's a sweet chocolatiness to it, I will say that. Cinnamon. And of chili flavor appears and lingers as a touch of heat. That's in the aftertaste. Yeah, I did see that. As it warms, the chilies actually recede, with a lactose sweetness emerges. Well, that's the sweetness there, yes. Somewhat thin for a stout, bordering on light-bodied. Yep, that's not very, very heavy alcohol. Yep, that's correct. Solid for what it's advertised on the tin. I would disagree with that. I'm a fan of stouts. That's really the reason I bought it. It caught my eye because great design, right? It's good. Graphic designer is good. For a beer, also tasting good would be good too, but it's not terrible. I'm not vomiting it out. Which is, if there's a second edition, that's what needs to be on the back of this. A review from Antcon, right? I'm not vomiting this out, right? But it's unfortunate because I like stouts. It should be better, and it's not. So the guy rated a 3.56. We got a 3.47. We got a 4.02 3.9. 4.02 3. Really? I don't know. If we're doing it out of 5, I'd say a 2.5. It's mediocre at best. It's not a no. Sorry, that's what it is. And yeah, that's what it is, and that's where we are, and that's what it is for this. So.